Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to learn how to draw Absolute Batman and also learn the lore behind him, then be sure to stay tuned because I have so much in store for you. In the Absolute universe created by Darkseid, the world is designed so that the heroes are not privileged icons. Instead, they're underdogs, shaped by hardships. In this version of Gotham City, Bruce Wayne is not born into wealth and power. He grows up in Crime Alley raised by two working-class parents. His mother, Martha, a social worker, and his father, Thomas, an elementary school teacher. They are good people trying to help a broken city, and Bruce grows up surrounded not by luxury, but by struggle. By the way, I think I just voice cracked there. Let me know down in the comments if I did. At school, Bruce formed friendships with children who, in another life, might have been the greatest enemies of his own. Waylon, Ozzy, Harley, Eddie, and even Selina Kyle. They grew up together in the same neighborhoods, sharing rooftops, secrets, and dreams. There's even a quiet suggestion that Bruce and Selina care about each other, and maybe even have a crush on each other. Well, I mean, that's not obvious. As a child, Bruce shows early brilliance. He enters the Young Engineers competition, tasked with designing a collapsible bridge for disaster relief. Inspired by bats, he first creates something intimidating and protective. But Thomas challenges him. Should something meant to help people inspire fear? Bruce redesigns it to be adaptable, then again to reflect something deeper. A bridge built for the people who will use it. Lightweight, airdroppable, empowering. He wins. The morning of the Clash trip to Gotham Zoo, his reward is the happiest day of his life. He sees how proud his father is. But that joy is shattered when a mass shooter attacks the zoo. Now, come on now. What is he wearing? Black Forces? Get out of here. Thomas ushers the children to safety inside the bat enclosure and sacrifices himself, tackling the gunman. Bruce is left trapped in the darkness with his father's body, swarmed by the bats, until he is rescued. The shooter, Joe Chill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Joe, you need to chill out, bro. Take them Air Forces off. They're doing something to you, man. Anyway, so yeah, Joe Chill is arrested. Bruce publicly declares his hatred for him. He says that he will never be that happy again. And in any ways, he's right. In the aftermath, Bruce isolates himself. It is Selina who pulls him back from the edge, leading him across rooftops, teaching him balance, teaching him to focus only on the next step ahead, like a cat. He shows him that fear doesn't have to freeze you. It can sharpen you. Which that's something I believe Mike Tyson is also taught. You know, he's like, fear is the greatest obstacle to learn. But fear is your best friend. Fear is like fire. If you learn to control it, you let it work for you. At his father's funeral, Bruce makes a decision. The zoo won't be erased. It will stand as a monument. A light will shine into the sky every year so no one forgets. Not the tragedy, not the bravery. As Bruce grows old, he prepares himself for war, not just against criminals, but against the forces that create them. He trains physically with Waylon. He studies strategy and science with Eddie. He immerses himself in the underworld with Ozzy to understand how crime operates. He even works alongside Selina in burglaries, learning stealth and survival. For a time, they are partners. Eventually, she leaves Gotham and becomes an international thief known as Catwoman. Bruce excels in academics, earning a football scholarship. Of course, I mean, have you seen him? Bro looks straight up like a linebacker. Come on, you think you're big? Come on, look at me. Come on, you think you're big, Batman? Absolute. Golden Age era. Come on, you got muscles like this. You pump iron. Come on. I bet you guys didn't know I did voice impressions. Anyways, back into the story. Only to fake an injury so he can dedicate himself fully to learning what he'll need for his mission. He studies engineering to understand Gotham's infrastructure. He interns at City Hall to learn its politics. He maps the veins of the city. When he first dons a bat-themed suit, he does so with fury. Armed with a gun, fangs, and claws. Yeah, this is completely different than the Batman that I know. He becomes something monstrous, terrifying the street gangs in Crime Alley. But when he nearly executes a criminal, He remembers his father's lesson about intimidation. He realizes he is fighting the wrong way. Fear alone is not purpose. He destroys the gun, destroys the costume, rethinks everything. Instead of attacking the bottom of the food chain, Bruce begins targeting the systems, gun pipelines, drug operations, crime families intertwined with Gotham's elite. He understands that crime is not just desperation in alleys, it's a corruption in boardrooms. Choosing to face the man he hates rather than avoid him, Bruce reaches clarity. Gotham's disease begins at the top. If he wants change, he must change the powerful. As a civil engineer, he uses abandoned upper floors and skyscrapers as a hidden bases. He builds weapons and gadgets. Some are surgically implanted into his own body. He plants surveillance devices across the city, establishes underground caves. He even conceals a massive armored Batmobile beneath a corporate tower. And from the shadows of the city built on injustice, Bruce Wayne becomes something new. Not a billionaire playboy, not a symbol of privilege, whatever that means, but an underdog forged in grief, a strategist shaped in poverty, a man who understands the streets and the elite alike. He becomes the Absolute Batman. Currently, Absolute Batman has 18 graphic novels, 21 comic books, and 1 comic book series. And according to this trusty AI search, because I haven't done any, top 1 is Absolute Batman issue 1. Top 2 is Absolute Batman issue 3. Top 3 is Absolute Batman issue 10. I have no preference because I haven't gotten the comic book yet, you know what I'm saying?